You're live.
Hi everybody, how you doing? Sorry, I wasn't quite ready for you then. My brain is full of like a million things today. Yeah, a little bit like I'm going to implode, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll all be okay. I'm going to chill. We're going to do a little bit of sewing. I'm going to regroup and get on with it this afternoon. So hopefully you're all okay. I've got some new bits to show you, and then we're going to do a block. We're going to do another border block, or a blender row actually, which you can use as a border as well, because we touched on that the last couple of weeks, haven't we? So thank you to everybody who managed to get a place on the retreat. It sold out by 3 o'clock yesterday. It was gone. We completely sold out, which is just beyond amazing. We're so thrilled. I'm so excited to see you all. It'll be lush, really lovely. So if you were still interested, we are starting a reserve list and a waiting list in case anybody does drop out, but also we can look at putting another one on as well. So if we've got more people that want to come and weren't able to get a space, then we can look at putting one on a couple of months later or something. So if you were still interested, do drop us a message and just ask to be popped on the waiting list. But yeah, so yeah, thanks. Very excited about the fact that you were all so excited about joining us, which was lush. So who's coming online? Drew's with me again today.
We've got Sheena and Eileen again.
Hi Sheena, hi Eileen.
We're waiting for everyone else.
I'm just waiting for everyone else.
Carolyn said hi.
Hi Carolyn. Hi little one as well, because you're poorly, aren't you? Your grandson. So hi. Hopefully you're feeling a bit better, sweetheart. So yeah, that was it. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. My hay fever is horrendous today. Really is horrendous. It's a beautiful sunny day again, and we've got the windows and door open in the shop because you need some air in, but it's making me extra snuffly. So I do apologise. Right, so I thought I'd show you these just a couple of the new bits that have come in. I haven't had a chance to get these on the website yet. I can't get this open. I'm trying to get through the cling film and it doesn't want to. Can you pass me a pair of scissors? I can't get my nails through it. Normally I can pierce it with my nail, but this is tough stuff. Come on, there we go. So I've only got 4 of these. They are a pre-release, so you won't be able to get them, I think, until about August normally, but I've managed to get 4 of these. It's called Ladybird, and it's real pretty. Look at the colours on this. You've got these lovely blues through to like some sort of aqua-y. Oh, that's pretty, really pretty. Oh, it's kind of Liberty-esque or William Morrissey. You've got all through these lovely sort of minty greens, soft teals, corals. You've got florals in there, through to some sort of peaches, a little touch of mustard, which is really nice. It's more of a gold than a mustard, and through to your creams. Okay, so they're the usual price, £32.95. I will get them onto the website later on. That's nice too. Like that. Really liking this range. Really pretty. But I've only got 4 of them, so as soon as I get them on the website, I'll pop a link on our Facebook page, okay? And then these came in as well. This is another new range from Moda, and this was called Lulu it's called Lulu, and it's by Chez Moi. And it's supposed to look kind of like linen. It's got that kind of linen texture. It's not. It is just it isn't just 100% cotton, but it's got that kind of slightly sort of linen look to it. And then we've got these in a few different other coordinated colours. So you've got these beautiful swallows. I love this. I like a stripe, but how cool is this? I just think that is so like modern and fresh. All of these are, the colours in them. I like the fact you've got this sort of slightly sort of coffee tea stained kind of colour on the background with these really vibrant modern colours. We've got a floral as well, which goes with it, all the same range. There's a little ditzy floral, which again is just a bit more modern. I think it's because it's got this lovely tea stained. It's got that sort of vintage feel to it, to the style of print, but those colours are really popping. And then this is beautiful. So we did have another one by her about 2 years ago, which was a big floral print like this. I'm going to show you this one. Let me put this out of the way. Down like that, get those out the way, and then you can see this one. I mean, this is just stunning. Oh, I've got it upside down. I've got my birds upside down. Hang on, I'll do it that way. There we go, so Drew can get it in. So you've got all those lovely swallows in amongst those flowers. Make an amazing summer dress, or like a little skirt, maybe just like a little tank top with, you know, a really nice cute pair of denim shorts or something. Just think it's beautiful, really, really beautiful. So again, not on the website yet, but I will get them on later on. Okay, that's the plan. Anyway, I don't think I'm getting out the shop until about 10 o'clock tonight. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. So, any questions or comments there, lovely?
No, everyone's got lovely colours.
Yeah, really nice, aren't they? Really, really lovely.
Yeah, but
Linda
Linda says hi.
Hi, Linda.
Carrie says hi. She likes the colours. Yeah, so people like.
Yeah, really nice, really, really nice. So, what I thought we'd do today, because we've been talking about border blocks and stuff like that, and we did the twisted ribbon last week, and then we did that checkered border the previous week. I thought we'd do one more this week, and then I'll move on to something else next week, and then we'll maybe retouch it again at another time, because there's lots and lots out there. But this is one that I did ages and ages ago for my Hearts and Stars quilt, which is the one behind me. We did this as a block of the month, and it's actually a row by row quilt, which means you literally do rows. You don't sort of make lots of blocks and put them together, or you do a medallion quilt is when you start in the centre and you build up round from the centre. This is what they call a row by row quilt. So you construct rows of blocks, and very often with a row by row quilt they have a stop border or a blender border in there to kind of break it up a little bit. So a stop border is just an absolute plain sashing, basically. It's just a sashing, but it's what they call a stop border because you're framing those fabrics and you're stopping the fabric. You're stopping the eye from moving, basically. A blender row is a little skinny pieced row. Okay, so something like this one here, which is those little hourglass. Sorry, I've got hiccups now where I drank my water. This is a little hourglass blender, or you could do like a 4-patch blender using that technique we looked at yesterday. Really, really quick one. But I thought we'd have a look at the donut one, which I'm hoping Drew can get, and it's right at the very top. It's the very, very top one up here, okay? Which is what they call a donut row. So again, it can be used as a break between borders, so almost like a sashing, if you want to, if you want to do that. Or it could be used as a final border all the way around before, like a plain border in your binding. It acts as a frame, and it's just quite a nice, it's very, very simple. It's going to be really quick, but it's quite a nice way of using it. When you've made lots of blocks and things and you've got all those little bits of colour and little bits of scraps left, you could make, because you need such small amounts with this, you could do that donut row, okay? And it just is a border, and it's a nice way of doing, just a nice little block. So the other thing I thought I'd do as well is show you, so I've cut some of the pieces out, but show you how to fussy cut something as well, because I'm just doing it in these little monochromy bits that I've got here. So I've got a white, a grey and a black. But I thought actually would be really nice to actually get that like little medallion, mandala type thing, right in the centre of one of the centre of the donuts. So that's what I thought we'd do. We'd look at first. I didn't cut this deliberately so we could have a little look at it. So if you're fussy cutting, what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's right in the centre. Okay, so for me, this is how I would do it. So if I want that medallion there to sit right in the centre of one of the donuts, it's got to be a 1.5 inch square. So the first thing I'm going to do is look for the very centre of the pattern. Now I'm quite lucky with this medallion thing, is actually it's very, very obvious where the centre of my piece that I want to fussy cut is. Okay, so you could make a little mark on there. I can see it quite easily where it is. Okay, if it was something like, actually let me use this layer cake. If it was something like this little group of flowers, say you were trying to fussy cut that and get it in the centre, this is the joy of transparent rulers. Find where your 1.5 and your 1.5 is, and so you know that the centre of 1.5 is 3/4. So you want to go down the 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and find the centre. And then you can kind of audition the fabrics. You can move it around and think, right, okay, which bits can I see? So if that's my 3/4 and 3/4, which is just there, okay, can you see where that little black mark is, the little black dot is? Okay, I'm trying to keep my fingernail out the way. That black dot is. And then you can audition them, okay? You can think, actually, that flower there sits really, really nice. Okay, there are lots of other ways of learning how to fussy cut. This is just how I do it. This is kind of how I do it. So for me, I want this here to sit right in the centre. So they need to be 1.5 by 1.5 inch square. So I want to go 3/4 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch in. Find that centre spot of 1.5, and I want to pop that right slap bang in the centre of that little mandala, like that. Okay. Now, fussy cutting can be a weeny bit wasteful. It's just one of those things. If you want to get something really centralised up, you just got to go for it. So I'm going to cut just past the 1.5 both sides, and then I'm going to turn it and do the same this side. So now I can do my 1.5 and 1.5. Well, I would if I could see it, but I'm being a bit rubbish today. There we go. So there's my 1.5 and my 1.5, like that. Make sure that's nice and lined up like that and like that. And if you look, that centre spot should be right bang in the centre again, which it is. Okay, so I'm going to cut up that one. So I'm going to use that. Oh, I would if I need a new blade in my rotary cutter. Okay, so I'm going to use that as the centre of one of my blocks. Okay, the other thing I want to do is just, I'm going to make another one so we can make a couple of blocks. So I'm going to pick out my next one. Can I get it out of this one here? Because I know I've cut into this, but can I get it out? So right in the centre again. Yeah, I can easily out of that one. Quite lucky actually, these are spaced quite well on this little piece of scrap fabric. So you can go up that way, across that way. And then I can get my 1.5 and 1.5. Are you all with me so far? Has anybody got any questions, any comments? Anybody got anything they want to tell me? Who's excited for the final sewing bee tonight? Anybody there? Anybody having a chat?
Jasmine says it's pretty fabric, but we haven't had a comment recently.
No? Do you want to check on my phone, lovely? Just in case we're getting the no comment thing again. Because I don't know if you ladies are trying to talk to me. Because we had it last week with Josh. He couldn't get anyone's comments. Let me just open my phone up. Are we actually live? Are we actually there? There we go. Let's see if I can. Why? Oh, what's it doing? Can't even get it on here now. There we go. It's live now. So if I turn that right down. There you go. You might get comments on that one now. You'll be able to see.
Well, I got Linda to set live, so I assume we're getting comments.
Oh, right, cool. Right, okay. So now we're gonna now I've done that bit of fussy cutting, gone through that with you. We're gonna build these blocks. It is really, really simple. Okay. So from your background fabric, again, this doesn't have to be every colour the same. It could be lots and lots of different colours. You could make each little block, but for one block, you're going to need 1.5 by 3.5 twice, and 1.5 inch squares twice. Okay, so this, like I said, this is really, really simple block. Okay, and then that one that I've just cut is going in the centre. Okay, you then want the same again, but in different colours. So this time I'm going to put that one in the centre, like that, with 1.5 by 3.5 either side. Okay, and then if I just cut some 1.5 by 3.5 on from this piece of scrap fabric, we can make like 3 in all the different colours. Okay, so if I just cut this quickly, I forgot I hadn't done this bit. Here we go. So 1.5 by 3.5. I can get that out of there. Is that 1.5 by 1.5? Oh yes, it is. Excellent. There we go. That one there. Any other questions or anything there? Cribs? No?
Lindsay said, yeah, they're here. They've been quiet. Angela said something about sewing bee, but the comments seem to be flicking up.
Ah, right, cool.
She says she's excited for the final, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to hopefully be able to watch that later. And then you see I'm going to pop that one there and there. So it's really, really simple. Let's put should put a grey one in the centre of that one. Yeah, because we've used all the colours. But you could do each one of these blocks absolutely completely differently. You know, if you're just using up those tiny little scraps when you've made a quilt and you've got bits left over, as long as you can get, like, if you made your outside colour 1.5 by 3.5 twice and 2 1.5 squares, then quite easily go together. Okay, so I'm gonna put this, do you know what, we're going to be done in about 5 minutes. This is a really, really quick one, I'm afraid. So think of some questions. Is there anything you want me to show you while I'm doing this? going to start by assembling that middle row. So I'm going to sew that one on top and bottom, and then those either side. Okay, so I'm going to nip it over to the sewing machine. Yeah. Got any questions for me? Because this isn't going to take us very long today. It's such an easy, simple little block to do. But yeah.
Claire says she's looking forward to sewing bee, but I'll be out when it's on, so I'll have to try and catch up and miss any spoilers.
Yeah, don't look at Facebook just in case, because there's always somebody that goes on like 3 minutes after it's finished going, oh, I'm so happy so-and-so won, and you're like, really? Some of us can't watch it in real time. At least give it to like the following evening before you do anything. Okay. There we go. So I've just sewn those either side of the centre, and you want to press them out towards the darker fabric. Okay, so just press them out to the outwards. Okay, like that and like that, and then we're just going to pop these down the either side. Really, really easy peasy little block. Okay, you of course could change the measurements on this. You know, you could make them bigger. You could do it all by 2.5s. You know, 2.5 inch strips if you wanted a bigger border. You know, this really go even skinnier and do tiny little ones. You know, there's it's such an easy little block. It's, you know, something you can play around with and just change your sizing and things. So, any questions or comments there, lovely?
No, I haven't. I don't know what's going on. I tried to look up. It flicks all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Karen says she's just finished her pinwheel border 360. I don't know how to pronounce that. SWUARES. AURES. In total.
SWA. Oh, I don't know.
SWUARES.
I can't see the word. I'm terrible. I'm such a visual learner. Like, I can pretty much like explain most things and stuff, or like when I want to spell a word, I have to write it down to spell it because I'm such a visual person. Yeah, if somebody asks me to spell a word, I can spell most things, but as long as I've got pen and paper with me.
Squares.
Oh, squares.
Linda's just says squares.
I couldn't, without seeing the word, physically seeing it, my brain couldn't compute that. Seeing one.
I might head it out the window.
And Drew's dyslexic, so yeah, don't ask him to interpret odd spellings.
And Susan said don't talk about donuts.
We've just had well, he might still be there actually. We've got a rep in at the moment. He bought Sara carrot cake, which I know some people don't agree with carrot cake, but it's my favourite. I love carrot cake. And I'm supposed to be being really, really good. I've got to get into this dress for the wedding, so I'm supposed to be, I'm like properly like harshly back on my diet, and there's carrot cake sat there and it's calling to me. That lovely Nick made us and brought in. I'm very impressed with the baking skills of some of our reps. There we go. So I'm literally I just realised I'm sewing and not actually telling you what I'm doing. I'm not with it today. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm really not with it today. It's because I've got a million things going on up there. And I'm tired. Right. I'm going to go through the last one altogether. Okay. All I'm doing is, as we said on that first one, we're sewing top and bottom on the centre and then adding in the 2 side rectangles. Okay, so I'm going to do that on this last one. You could play around, I suppose, with these actually, and you could try putting them on point. That might be quite nice. That might be quite a nice pieced border. You could use these like we did. You know, you could offset them. You could stagger them and put triangles on them as well. Oh, I might have a play with that. That might work quite nicely actually. And turn it all so that it's like a pieced border but on point. So, but it's quite a traditional block. This one, the donut block. I'm not sure it was originally called the donut block. I think I made that up because it looked like little donuts, I think, when I was making it. So there we go. Any questions there? Anybody having a chat? Because honestly, I'm going to be finished in about 3 minutes. Otherwise, unless you've got something to ask me.
She likes carrot cake as well.
I love carrot cake. If it's got like lots of walnuts and all in it and loads of cinnamon. Yeah, it's one of my favourites. And I know people are a bit like, oh, you shouldn't put vegetables in cake, but I love it. One of my faves. Okay, there we go. That's the last one there. Actually, let's do a challenge post. That would be good, wouldn't it? Let's do a challenge post, and let's do... Oh, what should we do? What should we do? Oh, do you know what? We're not even going to do a fabric-y thing. We're not going to even do a crafty thing. Post us your favourite cake. Post me a picture of your favourite cake. Just, you know, if you're a red velvet girl or a chocolate fudge cake. I'm going to make it even, not even about fabric today, not even about crafting. I'll pop a little challenge post up and we'll draw it tomorrow. We'll do a real quick little one. Post us a picture of your favourite type of cake. Doesn't have to be a sponge. It could be, a rhubarber or a donut or anything at all. I'll put a post up when I get back to the shop on our Facebook page, and then we'll do a little free prize draw tomorrow. Okay, so right, here we go. So got something a little looks like this, and you just want to square them up. Okay, so you just want to square them up, make sure they're all nice. They should come out at 3.5. You might just need to, depending on how accurately you've sewn, might just need to trim those little bits off a weeny bit, which I did on that one, mainly because I wasn't concentrating, I don't think. Ooh, there we go, get it there, like that, and you would sew them together. And then when I put these together, okay, can you see you've got your seams here and here? Even though it doesn't matter as in the look of it, it won't change how it looks, but it will change how you construct it. So if you've got these ones going horizontally that way, I wouldn't put this one next to it horizontally and then this one next to it horizontally. Okay, I wouldn't do that. I would swap it. I would swap them so they went like this. It'll make it a much neater construction. In fact, actually, I would do that because I didn't want the two lightish ones together. Okay, so as you're sewing them, think about swapping, going vertically, horizontally. Also means you've got no seams to nest, because if you do that, you've got to nest those seams. Okay, but if you do that, no nesting. And actually, you've got less tension. Well, it's a bit technical, but you've got less tension on all the seams when you've got a seam sewn to a full piece. And it will actually sit nicer and sit flatter. So you would just square all these up to 3.5 and then join them together, okay? And make as many as you want for your row. That's a really big fly, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate flies.
Yeah, I know. It's because of the weather that it's all hot and we're right by the, the path, woodland path at the back and stuff. You just make as many as you want. Use up all your scrappy bits, or do it on a colour theme. There's nothing stopping you doing this. Be a really quite interesting modern cushion front, using just 3 colours, mixing and matching it, and making just a cushion front or something, or a bag. Very, very quick, once you've done all your cutting, nice and easy to do. So any questions, any comments there, Drew?
Linda's favourite cake's Welsh cake.
Ah.
Yeah, my turn. Sorry. It's really
That's all right.
Lorraine said lemon drizzle.
Oh,
and then
good lemon drizzle. Anything citrusy. I quite like citrusy things. Yeah. See, I know you love a Welsh cake, Lind, but I'm not a fan of a Welsh. Maybe it's because I'm not Welsh. Maybe it's not in my blood. But I don't get what the Welsh cake thing. They gam up your mouth. You need a bucket of tea with them. Otherwise, they're a bit like peanut butter, when it gets all gammed up.
Pat said, did you manage to put the chart of half square triangles up? Because I can't find it.
I completely forgot. I will get that done this afternoon, okay? I'm really sorry. We're so ridiculous. By the time I got back over to the shop, it was crazy with people calling, and we had people coming in to pay their deposits, and it completely went out of my head. So I will try and get that done this evening for you. But yeah, it's all a little bit crazy at the moment. But it is on my list. I will get it done, I promise.
Kate Randall said Guinness cake every time.
Oh!
The Guinness cake.
Oh, I might need a recipe for that. Drew loves a Guinness, don't you? It's your fave.
Yeah.
We might need a recipe for that. I'm liking the idea of that. But yeah, I'll pop a challenge post up, and we'll just put, you don't have to have made it. Just post me a picture of your favourite type of cake. We'll do a little cheeky draw tomorrow. So I'm going to go if there's no other questions, because like I said, really, really easy little blender row. This pattern, actually, the Hearts and Stars pattern, is on our website. You can actually buy it by block, or you can buy the whole thing. So entirely up to you, okay? But if you did want it, but I can't imagine you want the whole pattern just for this, because this is easy. But if you liked any of the other blocks that are in it, they're all there. Sarah's back tomorrow, and she's going to show you bag handles and different ways of attaching buckles and things like that. And then what's happening? And then I'll be back on Monday. I'll see you on Monday, guys. I think we've got 4 next week. I think we've actually got 4 sessions next week, which yeah, we'll be back to normal, I think, finally. So if nobody's got any other questions there, lovely, I'm going to get going.
No, that's it.
No, perfect. Lovely, lovely. Fab, I will see you all on Monday. If I don't see you soon, tune in tomorrow for Sarah. Bye.